So, you've recently retired or are thinking about retiring soon and feel a little overwhelmed. Here are the 10 most common mistakes that I see people make in their retirement so that you don't make them yourself. Hi, my name is Vasily Zois, and I am a fiduciary investment, tax, and insurance advisor with over a decade of experience helping people eliminate the stress and avoid costly mistakes when it comes to planning for and managing their retirement. Let's face it, retiring is a new and exciting chapter in your life, and the financial decisions that you make will impact your income, taxes, healthcare, and peace of mind for decades to come. So, it's important to take the time to understand how each decision will affect you and to avoid potentially costly mistakes. So, let's jump right in. The first mistake that I see retirees make is regarding their Social Security benefits and turning on their benefits too early. The amount you receive from Social Security is based on two factors: how much you've earned while working and the age you choose to start collecting. The age at which you are entitled to receive your full Social Security benefit is called your full retirement age, or FRA. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. If you're a little older, born in the 1950s, your FRA is somewhere between 66 and 67. You can start collecting Social Security as early as 62, but there's a catch. Your monthly check will be permanently reduced. Most people see about a 25 to 30% reduction compared to what they would get if at their full retirement age. The other thing to consider when claiming your Social Security benefit early is whether you plan to continue working or not. If you decide to begin claiming your benefit early and continue to work, there is an income limit that you can earn each year, and if you cross that income threshold, your Social Security benefits can be reduced by as much as $1 for every $2 you earn over that limit. So, why do people still claim their benefits early? Well, they may need the income, they may have health concerns, or they may just prefer to get the money sooner rather than later. On the flip side, you can delay collecting Social Security after your full retirement age, all the way up to age 70. The longer you wait, the more your benefit grows. After your full retirement age, your benefit increases by about 8% per year that you delay. There's no right or wrong choice. It really just depends on your situation. Make sure you factor in all the variables about your personal situation to determine when is the best time for you and your spouse, if you're married, to start claiming your benefits. The second mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is being too conservative or too risky with their investments. A lot of individuals either avoid the stock market completely or are still chasing high returns, hoping to make up for lost time. Being too conservative, say sitting entirely in CDs or money markets, means your money probably won't keep up with inflation over time. On the other hand, being too aggressive, like loading up on tech stocks or speculative funds, can lead to big losses if you're not careful, and you may not have time to recover from them, especially if you're drawing income from your investment accounts. The goal in retirement isn't no risk, it's the right risk. Think about your investments and your savings like having different buckets. Your short term bucket is for income and safety. This might be a combination of checking and savings accounts, CDs and money markets, and fixed income investments like bonds. Your next bucket is your medium term bucket for stability. This could be a combination of balanced funds like fixed income investments and strong value equities. And the last bucket is for long term growth, which may include small cap equities or tech stocks. Now, finding the perfect balance between each of those buckets is key, and it may look different for each individual in retirement. The third mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is ignoring tax planning. Unfortunately, taxes don't retire when you do. There's no escaping this. But there are ways to reduce the taxes that you will pay over your lifetime, meaning you can keep more of your hard earned money. Too many retirees just withdraw from their accounts as needed without realizing that how and when they withdraw can make a huge difference. Your taxable income not only affects the income bracket that you fall into, but it also affects how much of your Social Security is taxed and your Medicare Part B premiums. Higher income means that more of your Social Security benefit may be taxed, and it also means that you may pay more for your Medicare Part B premium. So, how can you potentially avoid this? You can use smart tax strategies like Roth conversions or coordinating withdrawals between taxable tax deferred, and tax free accounts to potentially reduce the taxes that you'll pay throughout your retirement. Tax planning isn't just a once a year thing, it's an ongoing strategy that can save you tens of thousands of dollars over your retirement. The fourth mistake that I see retirees make in their retirement is not understanding Medicare and picking the wrong plan. Let's face it, Medicare is confusing. There's parts A, B, C, D, Medigap, Advantage plans. It's alphabet soup, and it causes a lot of confusion for retirees. Typically, Medicare is for individuals 65 years of age or older, unless you have permanent kidney failure or receive disability benefits. Now, Medicare by itself consists of two parts, Part A and Part B. Part A covers hospital care. If you've worked and paid Medicare taxes for at least 10 years, you usually won't have to pay a premium for this. Medicare Part B covers doctor's visits, tests, and outpatient care. Most people pay a monthly premium for Part B, and it depends on your income. That's the main foundation for Medicare, in a nutshell, but it doesn't cover everything, which is why retirees add additional coverage, including a supplement plan or Medigap plan, to help cover copayments and coinsurance costs that original Medicare doesn't cover, or a Part D prescription plan for prescription drugs. The other option is to sign up for a Medicare Advantage plan, or Part C, which bundles your hospital, medical, and drug coverage into one private insurance plan. These plans often include extra benefits like dental, vision, or hearing, depending on where you live. I see many retirees either pick the cheapest option or whatever plan their spouse or friends have. Take the time to compare each option based on your health, medications, or travel plans and choose the best option that fits your personal needs the best. The good news is, even if you pick the wrong plan or are unsatisfied, you can typically change each year during open enrollment. The fifth mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is ignoring long term care costs. No one wants to think about needing care, but about 70% of people over the age of 65 will need some form of long term care in their lifetime. Now, the misconception a lot of people have is that Medicare or their supplement insurance plan will cover the costs associated with long term care, but this isn't true. Typically, Medicare and your supplement insurance plan will only cover a portion of care up to 100 days. But after that, you're entirely on your own, unless you qualify for Medicaid, veterans benefits, or other assistance programs. Long term care is typically classified as needing assistance with 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, or ADLs. These include bathing, dressing, eating, transferring, toileting, and continence. Long term care can be very expensive, and ignoring this risk can devastate your savings, investments, and overall retirement. There's no one size fits all solution. Some people purchase traditional long term care insurance policies, some use hybrid life insurance with long term care riders, and others just set aside a portion of their savings specifically for future care. The key is to plan before it becomes an emergency. The sixth mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is falling for too good to be true offers. Now, you've probably seen the ads that claim a certain investment will guarantee 8% returns every year, or the ones that say, the IRS doesn't want you to know about this secret investment. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Every investment, strategy, option, or product has a pro and it has a con. The important thing is to understand how it works and where it fits your goals. A true fiduciary advisor should bring all available options to your attention and help you weigh the pros and the cons to determine which is truly in your best interest. Remember, transparency is your best protection. The seventh mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is taking blind advice from friends, coworkers, or even worse, the internet. This mistake relates to the previous one I just mentioned, but I see it all the time. I hear people say, well, my friend said it was a great investment, or I saw an ad for a strategy that works for everyone. The truth is, your retirement is highly personal to you. What works for your neighbor might be an absolute disaster for you. Make sure you are getting advice or recommendations from a fiduciary advisor who understands your income, assets, tax situation, goals, and is up to date on the current and potential future legislations and rules, not just a social media influencer or your golfing buddy. The eighth mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is not having a comprehensive estate plan. Even if you don't have a mansion or millions of dollars in assets, an estate plan is about peace of mind and keeping things simple for your family. Without an estate plan, your loved ones may face probate, which is time consuming, public, and expensive. In over a decade of experience as an advisor and hearing stories from my father, who has also been an advisor for over 45 years, conflict and confusion when someone becomes disabled or passes away can be absolutely devastating. Many individuals think a will, by itself, will be enough, but that's not always the case. Make sure to talk to an experienced estate planning attorney who can help you determine if you should also have powers of attorney, healthcare and financial directives, guardianship documents, and possibly a trust. It's not just about who gets what, it's about avoiding confusion and conflict later on and about making their lives easier. The ninth mistake I see retirees make in their retirement is spending too much early in retirement. The first few years of retirement should be exciting. Most people pick up new hobbies, travel more, or start on the long awaited house renovations that they were delaying because they were too busy with work. But sometimes it's easy to get ahead of yourself. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things. It's just important to map out a retirement spending plan that balances fun now with sustainability later. Just like balancing the risk within your investment portfolio, it's also important to balance your budget and spending habits. Now, there's one final mistake I see retirees make, and this one might surprise you because it isn't financial at all. Many retirees get caught up in analysis paralysis and all the financial decisions that they forget to focus on life itself. After the first few months, the vacation feeling fades, and some retirees feel bored, disconnected, or even depressed. Try to think beyond your portfolio. What will give your days purpose? Will you spend your time volunteering, mentoring, learning something new, spending time with children and grandchildren, traveling? These things matter just as much as your financial retirement plan. Hopefully this video helps you avoid these mistakes in your retirement plan. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel to learn more investment, planning, tax, and insurance insights. If you have any questions or would like a personalized review of your retirement plan, there is a link in the description of this video below where you can schedule a time to talk to me directly for a free, no obligation review. Thanks for watching, and remember, smart planning today means less stress tomorrow.